me. Excuse me. Welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode 336. We're here reviewing episodes 5 through 8 of Dekaranger. Yep. Now, the first two episodes are standalone, and then 7 and 8 are basically a two-parter. 5 is noteworthy. It's basically it's a focus episode for Deka Pink. And also this episode is noteworthy for the debut of a couple things here. Number one is the debut of Murphy 9. Murphy is, the dog himself is named after Alex Murphy from the RoboCop movies. Played by the awesome Peter Weller for the first movies and played by somebody else for RoboCop 3. Yep. And they go along at first, eventually they get along, and the whole thing with him, he finds basically a chemical, which he does find. Of course, scientists make like, ha ha, you fail, you got double charge against me. But she kept going. She didn't give up at all. She found it, despite the fact it briefly rained. But she found the thing, and of course the guy was arrested for aiding and abetting, and the monster was destroyed. Next episode is a Shan-Chen episode. Yeah. Where, we first see him, this was really, really weird, and I'm glad that Bond pointed out a little bit later, at first, when you first see him, he has a towel on his head. Apparently, he was cleaning the command center, fell asleep, woke up, and apparently he dreamt he was in a hot spring. That's why it was on his head. Yep. And, well, he has some weird things he does that's, well, it shows off in his first episode where he likes doing headstands. Apparently, that's how it allows him to think. Doing a headstand. If you're curious, did Bridge do this in SPD? He did. I don't know how the actor felt about doing that, but I would not be comfortable doing that at all. I basically get a headache as soon as basically that happened. Yeah, my head would be spinning like crazy if I basically had to do a headstand every time I do some thinking. So the plot of this one is that we have a monster who slices up cars. Hates cars for a reason that is explained later because his wife and child were killed by a car. By some idiot child. Yeah, take out the child, not the vehicle. So, and then there's the only woman get killed. A plant person. And of course, everyone thinks it's the guy who's listening to cars. He points out though, no, I don't kill anybody. I basically slice up cars. They even tried to try him, and of course, he was not guilty of murder, but he's found guilty of property damage. That certainly is true with him. So, it turns the person who murdered this alien woman was their own sister. And of course, they have evidence to back it up. Yeah, we have Sunshine doing research going to this plant where you can cut metal with a very special type of device to use water to cut basically metal. And that's they proved, and of course the person was defeated. And of course, she briefly contacted Agent Abra. This is also the first name to mention in the whole series. You've been seeing him in episodes 2 and 4. This is the first episode that they mentioned his name. He's also the one who basically sells out the goons of the series, the grunts, which he makes. Which I think they copied this over in SPD as well. He's one who basically sells them over to Emperor Grom. Yep. Of course, a lot of time we first see him, he seems like his fishbowl head actually does have water in it. In SPD, it does not have water in it at all. They don't really take advantage of the head thing very much in SPD. Not really. So in the case of 7 and 8, this is a two-parter. Yes, the third two-part they've had the whole series. This one involves focus on Deka Yellow, Jasmine. Where we have basically the monster episode stealing a building full of people. And when they find the building, they find out they've been turned to figurines. Apparently, they found out this alien has been for a long time. He's over 10,000 years old. He's an adult, but he has a mind. He talks like a child. And also, we introduced a character named Hikaru in the episode. This young kid, which I'm not going to spoil basically him. This is actually, he appears in these two episodes. He appears one more in the series. And I've read he does appear in a 10 Years Later movie. Yep, he does. Same actor? I believe so. Yeah, same actor. Hello. The whole thing is that he's a street wanderer because apparently people distrust him due to the fact he, well, he's an esper. And we're going to unveil Dekaya's backstory. The fact that, in a way, Dogku recruited her into SPD. Because at first, because he was an alien, thought he was an alien. I was like, no, I'm a space patrol detective. Not Deka per se, but that comes later. So, and they reveal the reason why she wears gloves, and the reason why she wears gloves, because hearing the voices because she's an esper drives her crazy, and that contains him. Like, okay, at least I explained that. And at first, the kid does want to go to space, because he's being bullied, and it turns out he still wants to go to space, but he changed the reason because he wants to go to the Space Academy. Yep, but really good two-parter. I loved it, and that's pretty much the 4 episodes in a nutshell. Yep, and with these four done, well, the 4 I already did last episode, I now have 8 done, and before I go on my break, I have 22 left. And overall for the whole series, there's exactly 42 left if they go for the whole series. Yep. But yeah, that's particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit the dislike button. I might have time later on with my stream to do another video, but who knows, okay? Next video. Bye.